PSP in every single way. I only need to show you the Resident Evil games to show off the graphical power of the console versus the PSP, and it's not even a competition. But there are problems with it. Two screens are distracting in a sense, and most games are of the Wii type. That is to say, if you are a kid or you're an otaku, you will have a hard time playing most of the games available. To me, all of the games in the console were worse versions of games that I had already played, so I didn't have fun with none of the games. Every time I was playing a game, I was thinking of a game that did the work better until I finished most of the catalog. With at least 70 games played, I can say that I had no fun, not with even once. Not one game, not one time. But let me show you an example. Luigi Mansion. There is a good use of the camera. Difference with the PSP games, the Nintendo really knows how to use the camera. Good camera angles lead the player to know where to go, to read well the room, to really know where to go next. A good camera is the main difference between an enjoyable playing session and getting really frustrated with the controls. There is good gameplay, the OST is really good, and it's kind of like Resident Evil, but it's not scary, so I really recommend this game. And most of the games in the 3DS are just like this, very good use of camera, very well done, but I just simply didn't have fun playing none of the games because I have played better versions of these games. But if you have to choose between a PSP and a 3DS, I can fully recommend the 3DS. If you are in the kind of games that are in this console. Another example, Bravely Default. One of the things that makes the 3DS better than the PSP is the good use of the camera work, letting the player breathe in the game, showing the information in a clear and responsive way. I didn't feel the clunkiness while playing any game on the 3DS, and the difference of the PSP. Graphics are very good, the character design is good, and all of those are positives, but the game is really slow. The writing and the dialogue are really bad, fan fiction tier bad. The turn-based systems, borrowing turns from the past, is a bad mechanic. Characters are badly done, which is a shame because the art design of the characters is really good. You can take a look at the art of the game, and just taking a look at the game is really interesting. But then the characters start speaking, and then you take in the story and you say, okay, this is absolute trash. Who could write something so horrible? Then you see the Square Enix logo and you say, well, with Atlus, you guys don't know how to make a good story. A shame really, but I cannot really recommend Bravely Default on any JRPG because that is simply not my kind of thing. I have more quality standards, you could say, because they're really low quality main games. You know, I'm kinda an old-timer RPG myself, so I know when a game will be good or bad just by playing 5 minutes. In 5 minutes I already know if I will hate the game or I will like the game, just by the tone of the game, the soul of the game. And so it's really a shame because I really like the style of Bravely. I really like the style of more of the JRPGs here, like Monster Hunter. I really enjoy it, but there are already better versions of all of these games, so that is something to take into account. You will go into Steam and just play better version of all of these games. For being a copy of a classical Final Fantasy, it really takes a lot to be desired. Too many good things, gameplay, like the characters just talk, and this is a problem with most of the games in this console. There are a huge amount of low time when you're not playing and you're just listening to the character stock. The random encounters are absolute trash and need to be exterminated for RPGs. And so, I hope that the PSP or the PS2 games are better. I was going to review the PS3, but I couldn't emulate none of the games because the PS3 is such a piece of shit that you need a beast of a PC to play a single game. And man, I just have like 9 games and those were 200 gigabytes. Damn, those games were heavy, boy. But it's quite a shame because I really wanted to play the better version of some of the games that are only on the PS3. Sadly, I could not play, for example, Dragon Guard 3 or MGS4, which is really a shame. But anyways, that will be all. PLP out.